Yo, what it is, guys? What's up? Welcome back to another episode of K-swapping my Honda Prelude. Woo! I want to do the fuel system. You can see I already have them marked on the far left. We got the breather, return line, and feed line. Over here, I have a Kswap fuel kit by Jackspania Racing. This is a universal kit, so you don't get the lines that are pre-cut for the Honda Prelude because there isn't much support for the Honda Prelude Kswap. Over here, I have PTFE hose. It looks very similar. PTFE is a special type of nylon. You can tell because, see, it's white inside, and it's a little hard to bend compared to the AN hose. The AN hose has like a rubber tubing inside, and see, it's black, and it's a lot easier to bend. Pretty much, PTFE is much stronger and durable, and it'll last a lot longer. It can run E85, but since I'm gonna be running PTFE, I'm going to need different fittings. This is a regular AN fitting, and this is a PTFE fitting. Now you could tell the difference by taking them apart. The AN fitting is only gonna be 2 pieces, and then the PTFE fitting is gonna be 3 pieces. All right, let's check out the fuel rail. It's very nice, simple, plain and black. I'm surprised it doesn't have their Jackspania logo on it, but I mean, it's still very nice and sleek. You got this little block off port right here. You can remove this and install the gauge on here, and it'll look like this with the gauge installed. You'll notice there's a little bubble in there, right? So there's actually liquid in here because these gauges are known to fail because of the vibration from the engine. And so what they did was they added liquid in here, and it'll help reduce the vibration and help this last a lot longer. Now, let's say you don't want it on the fuel rail. Well, what's the other option? On the fuel pressure regulator, it also has this little port that you could remove, and then you can have it installed on the fuel pressure regulator, just like this. Pretty nice. Back on the fuel rail, you can feed fuel through the right side or the left side. This is a special fitting if you want to use your OEM gas line, but we're gonna switch to AN. And on this side, we have a plug, which we can remove. And underneath, you also have a feed as well, just in case you want to run a returnless setup. Well, let's go and get the injectors installed on the fuel rail, and we'll get the fuel rail installed on the car. Remember, lubricate all the O-rings. It'll slide in a lot easier. Boom, just like that. Look at that. We got a little bit of space right here. Luckily, I saved those spacers from my OEM intake manifold right over here. Yep, there you go. Oh no, I dropped one. Woo, check that out. Pretty nice and sleek. But we got a lot more to do. Woo! Yo guys, after many days and weeks, it's finally winter time in Dallas. What is it? It is 48 degrees in Dallas right now. Yo, it's winter just kicked in, bro. All right, this is how I want to set up the fuel system. I got the fuel pressure regulator. I want to mount it right here on the side of the engine. See how these 2 fittings align with each other? That's gonna be the world's shortest AN fitting or line. Down below, this is the return hose. This is gonna go straight down towards the transmission and back to the return line by the firewall. On the right side right here is gonna go to the feed line. All right, so I can't just mount this onto the engine. If you notice, I have the bracket installed on the fuel pressure regulator, and I'm gonna create a mount using this hole right here. I'm just gonna use like a plate. That way this could just bolt up to it right here, and then I can start creating my lines. Otto, chilling with me in the garage. Hi. Yo guys, check what just came in. I've been waiting on this. This is a bracket for the fuel filter. This looks so freaking good. And I've already decided where I'm gonna put it. It's gonna be bolted up like right here. I'm gonna have to create a new bolt to hold this. But yo, what do y'all think? That's gonna look so good. So I'm thinking about running this feed line right here to the bottom of this fuel filter. And then see up here on the top of the fuel filter, I'm gonna run a line straight down to run with this one. And I'm gonna run it straight to the fuel rail. Now earlier I did say that I was gonna run the feed to right here, but after talking to some guys on Facebook, they recommend to run the feed line straight to the fuel rail, and then you'll return to the fuel pressure regulator and back to the engine. Now, I'm no expert on the fueling system, but there was a tuner who reached out to me and said that you can run the feed through here and to the rail and back through here, but this creates heat and it makes it less efficient if you want to make more power. So it's better to feed from the fuel filter and straight to the rail, whether it be in the center or on the end over there. Well, let me get this fuel filter installed on the engine bay real quick, and then I'm gonna walk you guys through on how to make a custom fuel line. I got the hole made. Now I'm gonna do a nut insert. I hope I got enough room in here. Boom. Squeeze. Oh. God, that's pretty tough. Pretty much what I did was I drilled a hole out to fit this nut insert. And if you can see how far down the threads go in? That tool I use pulls it forward. And so it just makes a nice bolt hole for you to mount whatever you want right here. Look at that. Woo, bolts it up. It's really close to the throttle cable, but I think it'll clear. Pretty nice. I really didn't want to mount too much to the engine bay because, you know, I'm trying to shave it, which is why I got the fuel pressure regulator right here. But yeah, you guys see how big this fuel filter is, right? There's no way I'm gonna stuff it in here somehow, especially with the ABS unit and power steering line somehow going through here as well. But yo, this is gonna look real nice. Okay. All right, since I'm gonna be running the fuel line in the center right here, I removed this plug and you'll notice it has an O-ring. Be sure to take that off and put it on here. This is called an 8 ORB fitting. So you need an 8 ORB to a -6 AN line. And if you decide to run your line over here, same thing, just make sure you have the O-ring and this will fit as well. The fuel rail, all of the fittings are 8 ORB, but you need a -6 AN line or -8 if you want a lot more fuel. Now on the Jackspania fuel pressure regulator, you're gonna need a block off port, which is a 6 AN. And the kit doesn't come with one, so you'll have to order one on Amazon. All right, before we start installing the fittings onto the line, we need to know how much line we need. I'm gonna say it goes to right about here. I know it's kind of hard to see, it's black. It's gonna go down in between the intake, around the engine, over here, and to the fuel filter. And it's gonna go like right here. Place my finger right there. Make sure you have some masking tape on hand, and you want to put the masking tape directly in the middle so you have a good idea on where to cut. Now, just to show you, I messed up by measuring up to where this fitting connects to the other piece, right? That's not where the line stops. It actually stops like right here where you tighten it. So see, if I take this off, see all that thread? This is where the hose is gonna stop, right there at the bottom of the threads, see? So when you're making your lines, it's about right here. That's where you want your stopping point. All right, it's super useful to have a bench vise, and I use a clamp just to hold it in place because I don't want to bolt it down. Now, a typical way to cut this, people use an angle grinder and just try to cut as straight as possible. You want to keep the tape on here because it helps hold the nylon braid and stainless steel wires in place, because if you just cut it without the tape, it's just gonna fray and go everywhere. Well, I'm gonna be using this tool right here by Vibrant. It's meant for cutting these hoses. It makes it very simple and it does a pretty clean job. And then boom. Now, the drawback to using this tool right here it actually squeezes the hose. See how it looks like this? It's supposed to be perfectly round, but it's all good. If you get this PTFE kit on Amazon like I did, it comes with this tool right here. When I first opened this box, I had no idea what this tool was for. But then I realized that you put it in the hole. Oh wait, hold on. Take off the tape. Put it in the hole. And look at that, it makes it round again. And what's also cool is it makes it really easy to separate the material around the nylon, the PTFE. All right, this is very simple to install. Let me show you how I do it. From the fuel filter, we're doing a 180. We'll remove this part right here that goes onto the fuel line. Remember, there's an olive. It needs to be narrow towards the fuel line. Okay. The flared side is going towards the line. All right, fitting is on. Now we can take off this masking tape. Boom. All right. Install this tool right here to round the PTFE inside. Flathead, we're just gonna separate that steel line from the nylon. Let's do this all the way around. Now take off this tool. We'll put some oil in here. Now you can just slip it on here pretty easily with the oil. Oh look, it's already pretty flush, but I'm gonna tap it on the ground or the table just to make it flush. I like to take a little peek inside to make sure there's no contaminants and just kind of wipe it down just to be safe. Pretty clean to me. Now we'll bring up that fitting right here and we're gonna clean up all of this stuff that's sticking out. We're not gonna cut off the metal pieces, but just this fabric material, the black pieces. If you keep that on, it's gonna make installing the other side of the fitting a little harder. Now we'll get the other side of the fitting, hit it with some lube. Just put it on one side and just rotate it and it'll go all the way around. And then you just press it in here until it's flat. Boom, just like that. And see how there's some material sticking out? It would make it kind of hard to screw on, but since we cut most of it off, it's actually pretty easy. Now back over here on the bench vise, I got these tools that's meant for holding AN lines. You want to be really careful because these fittings can be scratched really easily. Now you could use an adjustable wrench and put masking tape on it so you won't scratch up the fitting, or you could just get an AN line wrench. It just covers more area. See, it has 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. A wrench will only cover 1 on each side. I just like to tighten when it gets really snug, kind of hard to turn. And at that point, I'll just straighten up the fittings so it'll look lined up. Look at that. See how they're lined up? This middle one and the bottom one? Yeah. This one will spin freely, so don't have to worry about that. Yeah, just leave a little space so when you do come close, you don't scratch that bottom fitting. And we'll just get it. It's nice and snug, but I'm gonna turn it a little bit more just to make it look nice and perfectly straight. Woo! Look at that. No damage, still looks brand new. No scratches. A fuel filter all the way to the rail in the center. From the rail to the fuel pressure regulator and return back down there. All I gotta do now is just connect this feed line right here to the bottom of this fuel filter. Okay, so this is a special type of fitting. This fitting is to convert a hard line to a AN6 line, okay? We'll unscrew this. So the flared side goes into the hard line, like that. We'll install the olive, doesn't matter which way you put it in. No lube is necessary. Boom. And then you just install this piece. I don't really mind if I scratch it because this is going to be hidden anyways. Yep, it'll work. Alright, so I messed up. It's way too close to the filter, so I'm going to cut it down here. And yeah, it really sucks. It's so tight in here. And I gotta keep finessing this line, keep moving it so this tube cutter can spin. There we go. Woo! Finally. Sucks that I can't reuse this. But look at that, it's much lower. That should be enough space between the hardline and the fuel filter. All right, last piece to the fuel system is done. Oh, I ended up bending it back over to this side because the fittings were just too close and I didn't have another straight. So I couldn't do a straight here and a straight here. So in order to use this 90, I gotta go right here and down that way. Boom. Go over here. Woohoo! Easy. Look at that. And you might think it's a little too close to the steering rack, but look, once it's installed, it's gonna be able to turn, no problem. But there you go. That's the fuel system. Feed line goes into the fuel filter. Remember, 10 micron, and then it goes down here, all the way around the engine into the fuel rail. You can feed it over here if you want to, but I wanted it tucked and no extra lines. Then it returns through here to the fuel pressure regulator and down there to the return line. Woo! Oh yeah, fuel system's done. And there you have it. That's the fuel system completed. Yeah. Now, this isn't the only way to set up your fuel system. This is just my way. I wanted to do a tucked system. I didn't want too many lines everywhere, but I set this up in a way to make the system look tucked. I didn't want the fuel pressure regulator to be too noticeable, especially with that huge gauge. There's some builds with some really nice setups where the fuel lines will go towards the power steering rack, and it looks good. I just didn't want the lines to be floating in space, you know. So with my setup, I kept the lines close to the engine and transmission, and you know, possibly just leaving room for in case I ever go turbo. I mean, when I do go turbo. But yeah, I'm really happy with the fuel setup. I like the placement of the fuel pressure regulator and the fuel filter. The fuel filter, I didn't expect it to be that big, but I mean, yo, it is what it is, and I think the way it's mounted looks really good. And again, guys, it's okay to run your feed line through here, but I just wanted to run it through here because it just seems like it would flow more better. But if you want to get the most out of your fuel system, it's best to feed it through here, so the fuel will go straight through the rail and into the regulator. But you already know, I just wanted that tucked look. I didn't want to have a fitting right here. It probably wouldn't have been bad, but nah, just want to try something different. But yeah, this is my first time doing a fuel system, and I think it's gonna work out. This is one of the many reasons why I wanted to do the Kswap, because I got to create custom fuel lines using these PTFE hoses. These lines look so good and they're freaking easy to make. I'm like, yo, I didn't even know about PTFE and AN hoses until I got into Kswapping. Because when I looked at Kswap engine bays, I'm like, what the heck are these, you know? And come to find out, yo, you can make them yourself, no problem. And that's what's really cool, that you could customize your setup however you want based on your goals. Well, shoot, you made it this far in the video. Go ahead and smash that like button. Leave a comment down below to show your support on the Kswap. I want to thank you guys for dropping by and just, you know, riding with me. To be honest, I don't think many people are going to do a Kswap and a Prelude, but, you know, I just want to make this content to educate you guys in case you ever want a Kswap. It doesn't have to be a Prelude. All Kswaps are pretty much the same. You just got to figure out the small details to make it work on your car. So yeah, with that being said, thanks for dropping by. See you on the next one. Yeah!